In the heart of a vast, green jungle, where golden sunlight kissed the tops of the trees and rivers whispered songs of peace, there lived a young monkey named Rono. He was clever, playful, and full of dreams. Every morning, Rono woke up before sunrise and climbed the tallest tree he could find. From there, he could see the whole jungle, birds singing, deer running, and, far below, a wide river shimmering like glass under the golden light. Rono loved his life, yet sometimes, deep in his heart, he felt something missing. He often gazed at the river for hours, watching fish swim gracefully beneath the surface. They seemed so peaceful, so calm, so free. While Rono was always jumping, running, and climbing, the fish seemed to float effortlessly through life. He whispered to himself one day, maybe I was born in the wrong world. Look at them, they don't struggle like me. They don't have to worry about falling or getting hurt. They just swim and enjoy the beauty of their life. That evening, as the sun melted behind the hills, Rono met his old friend, Tobo the tortoise, near the riverbank. Tobo was known across the jungle as the wisest creature alive. His shell was old and cracked, his eyes slow but filled with deep kindness. Tobo looked at Rono and said, "You've been quiet lately, little one. What's troubling your heart?" Rono sighed, "Tobo, I think I'm tired of this life. Every day I climb, jump, and swing, but I don't feel happy. I want to live like the fish, calm, peaceful, free. Maybe if I live in the water, I'll finally find happiness." Tobo chuckled softly, "Oh, my dear Rono, do you know what makes life beautiful?" Rono looked puzzled. Tobo continued, "It's not doing what others do, it's doing what you are meant to do. The fish were born for water, and you were born for the trees. If you try to become someone else, you'll lose the joy of being you." But Rono's young heart was filled with pride. "You'll see, Tobo. I can do it. I can live like a fish. I'll prove it tomorrow." That night, as stars painted the sky, Rono dreamed of swimming under the moonlight, surrounded by fish. He imagined himself gliding through the water, free from the fear of falling. He couldn't wait for morning. At sunrise, the river sparkled like silver. The jungle woke with the sounds of birds and wind through the leaves. Rono climbed down from his tree and stood at the river bank. The fish were already dancing in the sunlight. "Today," Rono said proudly, "I become one of you." He took a deep breath and jumped. The cold water wrapped around him. For a few seconds, it was magical. The world beneath the surface was beautiful, colors of green, blue, and gold, bubbles rising like stars. But soon, he felt something wrong. His chest burned. He couldn't breathe. The beauty turned into panic. He tried to swim, but his arms and legs moved awkwardly. The fish swam away in fear. Rono thrashed and screamed, but no sound came out. His vision blurred. Then, through the chaos, Tobo appeared. The old tortoise pushed through the water and shouted, "Hold on, Rono. Don't fight the water, just reach out." With the last bit of his strength, Rono grabbed Tobo's shell. Slowly, painfully, the tortoise dragged him to the shore. Rono collapsed on the grass, coughing and gasping for air. Water poured from his mouth. His whole body trembled. When he finally caught his breath, he looked at Tobo with tears in his eyes. "I almost died." Tobo nodded gently. "Yes, my son. Because you tried to live someone else's life." Rono cried silently. He had never felt so foolish. He had everything, trees to climb, fruits to eat, friends to laugh with, yet he wanted to be someone else. That night, Rono sat under the moonlight, watching the river. It still looked beautiful, but now he understood its beauty belonged to it. His world was different, but just as precious. He whispered softly, "From now on, I'll be me. No more comparing. No more wishing. I'll make my own life special." And for the first time in many days, Rono smiled, a peaceful smile that came not from wanting more, but from being grateful for what he already had. Sun with Small Cloud Chapter 2, The River's Test. Months passed. The jungle thrived with new life. Rono had changed, he was no longer restless or jealous. He had become kind, thoughtful, and wise. He helped young monkeys learn to climb, shared fruits with birds, and often told them, "Be proud of who you are. Never forget, every leaf, every creature, every breath has a purpose." One day, dark clouds covered the sky. The wind howled. The rain began to pour heavily. Soon, the calm river turned wild and furious. The jungle flooded. Trees shook. Animals ran for shelter. Rono climbed the tallest tree and held tight. Below him, the river raged like a monster. Branches, leaves, and even small nests were swept away. Suddenly, over the thunder, Rono heard a faint cry. "Help! Please help!" He looked down and saw a small fish trapped between rocks near the edge. The current was too strong, and she couldn't move. Rono froze. The last time he went near the river, he almost lost his life. His heart raced. But then he remembered, this wasn't about trying to be a fish. This was about helping one. He took a deep breath and climbed down carefully. The rain stung his face, and the water roared in his ears. Grabbing a long branch, he stretched it toward the fish. "Hold on," he shouted. "Don't give up." The little fish flapped her tail weakly. Rono pushed the branch harder, finally freeing her from the rocks. She swam away into calmer water. When the storm ended, the sun broke through the clouds. The jungle glistened, fresh and bright. The fish came back with her family and looked up at Rono. "You saved my life," she said softly. "Why did you help me after what happened before?" Rono smiled. "Because now I know I don't need to be like you to help you. I just need to be me." The fish bowed her head. "You're right, Rono. The world needs us all, you for the trees, me for the river. We're different, but both important." From that day on, Rono became known as the wise monkey of the river. Animals came from far to hear his stories. Every evening, under the big banyan tree, he would gather them and say, "Don't wish to be someone else. The bird never tries to swim, and the fish never tries to fly. Yet both are beautiful in their own way. The moment you accept who you are, life becomes peaceful." His words touched many hearts. Even the youngest creatures understood his message. As time passed, the jungle changed, new animals came, old ones left, but Rono's story lived on. Whenever someone felt lost or jealous, they remembered the monkey who once wanted to be a fish, and how he found his true happiness by being himself. And every night, when the moon rose above the trees, Rono would look at the shining river and whisper, "Thank you, my friend. You taught me who I am." Glowing star moral of the story. Don't compare your life with others. Be proud of your unique journey. You are strongest when you are yourself. Everyone has a purpose, and that purpose makes you special.